What's going on, y'all? I just wanted to pop in here real quick to spread a little message because I follow a pretty good mix of people when it comes to like fashion influencers and content creators on YouTube. Like I follow people who are more eclectic and weird and crafty. I follow people who do mainly like thrifted stuff and Depop. I follow people who kind of lean into that Zara smart Instagram kind of aesthetic. I follow people who are minimal. And one thing that I have heard, not a lot, but enough for it to irk my nerves, is this idea of effortlessness when it comes to clothes, when it comes to your fashion sense and vibe. The reason why this struck a chord with me is because last week, what happened last week? I was having a not great week when it came to body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia for me is something that it comes in waves, it comes and it goes. It's very prevalent sometimes, and there are other times where I love my body and it's not even a thing. But it's always been a part of my life and a big element that has influenced my personal style. And my issue, and that kind of ties into what my issue is with this idea of effortlessness is, mainly because I think that it is a branch off of, whiteness as an aesthetic, whiteness as the center of what is beautiful and acceptable in society. And I feel like that effortlessness just feeds into that, because you will never see the word effortless or effort, they just look so effortlessly cool and this is that and the third when it comes to someone who's curvy, or when it comes to someone who is not cis, when it comes to someone who is bigger. And I think because when you have a body that is not either socially acceptable, or you have a body that just comes with obstacles when it comes to your personal style. Like me, I have a more masculine style. However, I have a very feminine body. And so trying to find the middle ground where I can present the way I want to, but also present my body in a way in those clothes that makes me comfortable has been an obstacle. And part of the reason why I even made this channel in the first place was to, kind of spread what I have learned along the way. To be able to see an item on the hanger, and I'm not here to invalidate the feelings of skinny people or just thin people who, have certain concerns and about their own bodies. I'm not here to invalidate or to discredit, what you guys would have to say about your bodies. But when it comes to, just trying to operate in this world and trying to find your personal style, it's kind of hard to ignore the very clear preference for whiteness and thinness. To be able to look at something on the hanger and know that how it falls on the hanger is how it's going to fall on your body, because you don't have elements of your body that you have to work around because they tend to get sexualized, or they tend to, be disagreeable for whatever reason to some people. I'm not going to say it's a blessing and that it's a privilege, because I don't think that that's the case for everyone. Considering I don't have that body, I can't say what people who do have that body, what they should feel. But going into the stores and knowing that you're going to have to find out ways for the clothes to look how you want them to look on you because of how your body is set up is such a mind fuck when it comes. It's a mind fuck in itself on its own, but it's also a mind fuck when you have this body dysmorphia. It's also a mind fuck knowing what the clothes are going to look like on you when it's not what you want. People ask me questions about like, how do I, I'm a shorter person, how do I dress to make myself look taller? Or I'm a bigger person, how do I dress to make myself look a little slimmer? And I don't think that there's anything wrong with wanting to dress in a way that best suits you, but I really don't want to be someone that y'all go to ask questions about how to look differently than you look. I'm not your girl, okay? It all just tries to bring you closer and closer to that European beauty standard. And to me, at least on this channel, I'm not here to tell y'all how to dress that is most socially acceptable. Like, I'm not here to do that. So then going back to my point, like, effortlessness when it comes to fashion is not something that is afforded to everyone. Like, not everyone can be that, because effortlessness is only something that is recognized in thin people. And I'm not even a thin person. I'm like a size 6. I actually gained a little bit of weight, but even as someone who's not thin necessarily, but you know, I have a little bit of butt to work around, I have a little bit of thighs to work around, I have some tit to work around as well. It is extremely difficult to achieve that look, because I feel like it's almost more linked to your body than to your actual fashion sense. And dressing for your body is something that I feel we've all done at least once before, and either learned to make it work or you fucking hated it. And last week, for me anyway, there's bird shit all over the window. Okay. I fucking hated it. Everything I put on, it just did not work. I felt like there was a moment where I was like, can I not dress right now? Like, what is actually happening? And it just was a reminder and a testament to how much your own opinion of your body is reflected in your clothes. And so to just go out and just wear what you like because it's just what you like is not even enough sometimes. That can't be enough because of how you feel about your body. And I know that, like, we all are on our own little journeys when it comes to self-love, especially when it comes to body positivity and all of that. But I just wanted to call out and say that I struggle with body dysmorphia. It comes and it goes, and it does 1000% influence my personal style. And I don't really have advice for you necessarily, other than, you know, for me, I just choose to do things the hard way. And so I like to kind of just like take things head on and just look at myself naked in the mirror and just come to a place of acceptance. That's just the way that I work. However, that may be very traumatizing for people. And so that's why I say I'm not giving y'all advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not here to necessarily give you, you know, tips on how to work through body dysmorphia. Rather, I'm here to remind you that during your personal style journey, your growth, your you know, experience kind of figuring out what you like and what your style is. And that can be something that isn't linear as well. Like, it can be a bunch of different things. It doesn't have to be just one particular style. It's okay to have your opinions change, and it's okay to feel differently in an outfit that you've worn a million times, but because of the way that you feel about your body that week, you know, you feel differently, and that is okay. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to tell y'all to, you know, ignore all those negative thoughts you have, ignore all those negative feelings that you have, because girl, that's just not the way the real world works. That's not the way the cookie motherfucking crumbles in this bitch, okay? Like, I really genuinely feel like it is impossible to have a completely unbiased opinion of ourselves just based on the fact that everything we learn about what is pretty and what is beautiful and what is acceptable is always centered around thinness and whiteness. So the journey to self-love, the journey, this personal style journey, it's almost twofold, where it's part one, you need to come to terms with how you feel about your own body and your own style, but also restructure the framework so that your opinions on your body and your style aren't in comparison to anything else. Literally everything that we consume prioritizes thinness and whiteness. And so it's hard to decipher what feelings about your body are your own and what feelings about your body are taught If you notice on this channel, I don't really have one particular style, and I think that has been my way of actually working through my body dysmorphia, is not trying to do the same look over and over again, like embracing different silhouettes, embracing different types of garments, because those allow me to focus on different parts of my body. Those allow me to accentuate parts of my body that I like versus others that I don't. Just the variety alone just gives me the opportunity to explore my body in different styles, which is a way less traumatizing experience than really trying to fit into this one, you know? Yeah, man, last week was not a good body week. It was not a good body week. Basically what happened was, you know, I vacationed over the last 2 weeks, and then, you know, my trainer retired. I was doing personal training for like months, almost a year. And then my trainer retired back in like March, and I literally haven't worked out since. So I think it's just my feelings of inactivity, my feeling of just kind of feeling lazy and just kind of eating whatever, and then also not offsetting that with working out. I literally just feel unhealthy. Like I feel like I'm slower and like my stamina's, you know, low, and the body dysmorphia did not come from weight gain. What it comes from is certain parts of my body changing that I wasn't really used to even being there in the first place. So, you know, my boobs, for example, when I gain weight, my boobs also get bigger, and that is what happened. And so that is what I'm reacting to. You know, when I gain weight, my thighs get a little bigger. You know, I get a little bit extra rollage in my back, in my lower back. The curviness of my body is what is now on display because there's just a little bit more there. And that is what I'm reacting to. I'm not saying that weight gain or being bigger or just having more weight on you is subject to scrutiny. That's not at all what I'm saying. That's just how my body reacts and how my brain reacts to my body when, you know, those certain features that I don't love or that I try to decensuate often are accentuated. I don't ever want this to feel like judgmental at all, because I hate when I'm watching a video and I can tell that the person is just trying to get the people that they follow or that follow them to dress like them. No. Anyway though, I look like a bum, so I'm gonna go do bummy things, and I'll see y'all soon in another one. And do not forget, wear what you want, wear what you like, wear it out. See you soon.